What is going on, beautiful people? So my name is Salvador Chang, that is me right there, and my journey is going to go ahead and start with a tandem skydive. So for those of you who do not know, a tandem is basically where you jump out of the plane and someone is strapped to your back. At the time, I was not experienced enough to jump by myself, even though I thought I was hot stuff, but clearly I had to do a tandem in the beginning. So after doing the tandem, I got sick. I'm not gonna lie. That's a whole nother story, but I got really sick and I took off some time. I knew I wanted to skydive, but I took off some time because I was like, maybe this isn't for me. But mama didn't raise no quitter. So I got back up in it and I decided to sign up for AFF. So for those of you who do not know, this is what AFF is. It's the Accelerated Free Fall course. I hope that's what it stands for, fingers crossed, so I don't look ignorant. But this is stage 1. And the reason I'm showing this to you is because, as you can see, there should be 2 instructors outside, and you're gonna basically just do some practice pulls of your pilot chute and just kind of get comfortable in the air. And then they're gonna give you instructions on how you can become better. And then there's 7 stages. So there's gonna be 1 through 7, and each different stage has its different challenges that you have to go through and kind of pass in order to move on to the next. For instance, this is stage 2, once again, 2 instructors. The only difference between this one is you're kind of doing turns left and right. And then of course, stage 3, now you only have 1 instructor holding you. You're gonna work on your heading, making sure you can keep centered and moving the direction you want to. You don't turn left or right. And then if they feel comfortable enough, they'll actually let you go. The reason I'm showing you these is because when I did my AFF out in Titusville, there was only 1 instructor. The way that it worked is I did a couple tandems, I think 2 or 3 tandems, where the instructor did absolutely nothing. He kind of gave me a coach. He's like, this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna pull, you're gonna go ahead and steer the parachute, and I'm just gonna kind of be along for the ride, which was scary, but it worked out. And then after we passed those 3 levels, then I finally got able to put a suit on and jump all by myself. So if I'm correct here, I want to say that this is my jump 4, and finally I got done with my tandems. I passed, I did everything I needed to do. We talked about it. As you can see here, my face is like kind of scared. He told me, look up, arch, and then jump out of the plane. He has his hand on me the whole time. But the objectives for this one, I mean, this is literally my first skydive all by myself, because once again, the ones before this were with the tandem. So I'm just kind of checking my altimeter, making sure I'm altitude aware. I'm doing my practice pulls. He wants to see that I'm confident, I'm nice and stable. He lets go of me, wants to see that I can hold a heading. I don't. As you can see here, I kind of fumble a little bit, and then I realize, oh, if I turn right, this is how I turn left. And I'm still trying to figure it out. As you can see, I'm putting my elbow to my hip. I don't know what I'm doing there, but I'm trying to get a hold on it. I'm not out of control too bad, so he's just kind of keeping an eye on me. But for the most part, he's going to put his hand back on me. This way, when I pull, I'll be stable. And that was a pass for that level. Once again, I'm locked in onto my altimeter. I was super nervous. Look how serious I am. It's kind of funny looking back on this. But yep, I just wave, arch, pull. Onto level 5. I'm pretty sure I passed that, no problems. Throughout my whole AFF journey, I didn't have to retake any of my jumps, which was really great. Went ahead and got the thumbs up. So we're moving on to the next one. Look at me in that Power Ranger suit. Dude, I swear, I look like a rejected Power Ranger. But that's besides the point. I ended up doing my AFF at Titusville once again. So they jumped from 18,000 feet, and we're leaving out of a King Air. So the door is really tiny. Now I jump out of like Twin Otters and different things like that. But yeah, we're leaving out of a King Air, 18,000 feet. Typically it's 13.5, so got a little bit of extra hang time. Once again, I'm out. He kind of lets go of me to see how my arch is. I mean, I thought it was pretty stable. I'm kind of just chilling. Not rocky at all, not too bad. Once again, this is my level 5. Kind of doing my solo thing. Still super nervous at this point. I remember driving to Titusville and being like, man, I better pass, because this drive from Orlando to Titusville is kind of a pain in the butt. But look at me making these right and left turns so little, like they're so tiny. And this is probably the slowest 360 I've ever done in my life, dude. Oh my goodness. But the reason I'm putting this video out is to, one, inform you guys, to show you guys kind of what's going on. On this one, we're working on docking and 360 turns. That's basically the main thing we're working on level 5, making sure I'm stable. But yeah, I want to give this experience to you guys so you understand, like, if you're going to learn how to skydive, this is what it looks like. And then also, I had a couple people come up to me and they're like, hey, I want to see your AFF videos. I want to see your AFF videos. So here it is, people. I mean, you ask and I shall provide. They're nothing spectacular, I can promise you that. But one thing that I'm hyped on is I don't jump in this suit anymore. But once again, he grabs onto me, I wave, arch, pull, and away I go. He does a little 360, pulls right before, oh, actually into the cloud. Not too bad. The industrial haze. We don't jump in clouds around here. The industrial haze, clap, thumbs up, I passed. I think this is level 6, I want to say. Maybe 6 or 7. This is a dive out exit. Pew! Oh, this is 6 for sure. Dive out, and then, yep, making sure I'm stable. That was another one of the requirements, was a dive out. Backflip, also one of the requirements. And then I'm just kind of coasting. He wants to see that I can do 360s once again, that I'm stable, everything's good. Oh, and this is where I learned how to track. Okay, so with tracking, I had no idea how to track. The only idea that I had was from like Grand Theft Auto. I'm not sure if you played the game, but this is a clip. So whenever you jump out of a plane, you automatically get a parachute, and that's where I got my idea from tracking from. So I was like, all right, track. I'm gonna put my hands to my side and kind of just put my legs out straight, and it worked out. So that was my tracking experience. And then Chris, my instructor, kind of gave me instructions on that too. There's a little baby track again. I mean, for my first track's not too bad, honestly. I was pretty stoked on it. I tried to go in for the fist bump, wasn't too bad, but smiles all around. I'm super stable, I'd say. I mean, for this being my 6th jump, wave, arch, pull, he barely put a hand on me, and shoo, there I go. Chris, man, Chris. I miss that guy. He was a super cool Italian guy. I wonder, I haven't talked to him forever. It's probably been like a year and a half now, but I hope the man's doing all right. He had a family and kids at the DZ. It's the whole drop zone vibe. And then this is going to go ahead and be my level 7. So this is my final jump in order to graduate. I was so stoked on this one, but at the same time, super nervous. You can see me checking. I got the serious face going on. Shoo, front flips out the plane. I ended up opening up on my back, which I find hilarious, but if you hold that arch, I'm telling you, you'll get stable. And then I do the backflip a lot faster on this one. And then this one was really fun, honestly. I enjoyed this one. It was kind of like a fun jump at this point because I felt pretty confident in the air. I felt pretty stable. I knew how to track. I knew how to do 360s. And my backflip, front flips, I felt comfortable with. You'll even see a little bit later in this jump that Chris wanted me to do barrel rolls, and we didn't even debrief on barrel rolls or how to even talk about it. So I was kind of nervous. I was like, I don't know how to do barrel rolls. I mean, now obviously with 200 jumps, I realize how simple barrel rolls are. But at the time, I was kind of nervous. So you'll see him try to get me to do a barrel roll, and I ended up just doing a 360 because I looked at him and I was like, I ain't doing all that. I was like, I want to make sure I passed. But it was funny because when we landed, he told me, he's like, dude, you went through everything so smooth that I was just trying to throw things at you and see what you could handle. So, I mean, it turned out well. But, yep, checking my itinerary, making sure I am aware of the altitude, wave, arch, pull. See ya, graduation, boy. Oh, my goodness. So that is the AFF experience, basically from level 1 to level 7. My experience was a little different because once again I did a couple tandems in the beginning, but yeah, I'm super stoked to graduate. And then Chris has a little message for you guys here. Yeah, buddy, I'm stoked, dude.
Great job, sir. We did it.
So now that I'm at 200 jumps, clearly, I mean, I'm a lot more comfortable in the sky, almost to the point where it's kind of scary because, I mean, complacency kills. But I'm comfortable enough to send it with the boys, and this is exactly what we're going to do. This was pretty sure my 200 jump or 202nd jump, but look at how wild this is. I'm just going to let you guys enjoy this because I want to show you the progression from basically going from nothing to like obviously my 2nd or 3rd skydive. You watched it, my AFF course, to this madness, but enjoy. And as a little side note, for the dirt dive on this jump, like the organization, we literally looked at Gil. Gil was leading, and I was like, hey, Gil, what are we doing on this jump? And he just looked back at me and he said, yup. And I was like, okay, but are we docking together? Or like, what's the strategy? What's the plan? What are we doing here? And he just looks at me and goes, yup. And then literally we climb out of the door, and as you saw, he tackled us out of the door. Nate couldn't even hold on because we were barely even ready, but that jump was wild. As you can see here, I was pretty stoked on that jump, and I had no idea what was going on. Yeah, buddy! But once again, guys, that is another video. I hope you took away a lot from this video. Once again, that's the AFF experience from start to finish. This was me going through it, my personal experience. It wasn't the most technical by any means, but I hope you enjoyed it. Once again, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. Sorry. Go ahead and subscribe. Please just hit that button. It makes me extremely stoked to see every new subscriber that I get. And then leave a comment. I read them all and I reply to them all. I love you guys. I love you long time. All right, dude. I don't know why I'm singing. I love you long time. Asian voice. Bye. 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 Ciao. Ciao.